So, my dear Capricorn, I decided to do a test, and you're the one that I'm doing the test with. And I decided to let the cards speak. And in that, I recognized that I just wanted to change the way I'm doing the readings. And I also decided that I'm not cutting anymore. So whatever mistakes I'm gonna make, I'm gonna leave them in there, and I hope you're gonna be okay with that. So this is a test. It's not sure if I'm gonna post it or not. It depends how it makes me feel by the end of this reading. And what we have today is the Sun in Leo, right? The Sun in the Strength card is letting us know that we want to be shining our wild side out into the world, right? And so we're going to the left because you had back then Capricorn full moon, Cancer sun and Capricorn full moon. And that was that moment of like, here I am, right? In the light. Here, both. The sun is always in the light, right? But the moon, the full moon, it's like two bodies that are in the light. It's like, okay, here it is, right? And so this is what the Sun in Leo does. And the Sun, of course, gives the light to the moon. And here we have the chance to look deep into our subconscious and to learn. Because the 18, when we calculate it together, we get the 9. And of course, the 15, the 6. Together we get again a 15. So the moon does that to us. The moon actually is helping us to look deep into our subconscious, and there we're gonna figure out, okay, what is it that I want to change? So that's what's happening today, right, in the two celestial planets. And I'm not going to go into the sun, I'm not going to go into the moon, I'm just really going to do the court cards. And one court card is the Queen of Pentacles. And like I said, we have three parts here through Aleister Crowley. We have the Queen of Pentacles with the blending Sagittarius soul above, and that's between the 12th to the 21st of December. Right there we have the Queen of Pentacles, and above here Temperance or blending. Then we have the middle part, which is the classical Capricorn. We have the Devil above, right, the attachment to certain financial outcomes, and here the Queen of Pentacles, which is between the 22nd of December to the 8th of January. If you're born there, I'm doing this today. The one before is in the reading before. And then we have, of course, the third part, and that's here the soul, the Devil, Capricorn, but below here already the King of Swords. That's between the 9th to the 20th of January. If your birthday is there, then you're already this mix, this combination. And of course that's different, right? But the soul is still connected here with Capricorn. And since the moon is in Capricorn, I'm gonna do the reading for the soul, right? I'm gonna use the soul aspect to guide me through the moon. But here I'm gonna actually do these two characters right here, the Queen of Pentacles as a station, and the King of Swords, which we have here, a masculine and a feminine king, which I find very fascinating. Because that's where we understand it's not just a king. It's like the energy behind it of a king is someone that's literally saying, well, I'm more like of a masculine energy, where a queen has more a feminine energy behind her, and it can be a man or a woman, right? So back to the last reading where we had Cancer Sun giving Capricorn full moon the light. The Queen of Pentacles, she got dive deeper into harmony. And the King of Swords got your focus gets challenged. And let's begin the reading, right? I'm looking always if there is a reoccurring card that is talking again. And at this point, I'm not seeing a card that is coming back that's wanting to talk again. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles, she's getting the Hierophant. And that's Taurus. And we have the 10 and the 5 here. That's the 15. And that's, of course, Capricorn, right? That's the attachment. That's the devil. That's, for me, God Pan. And we see that there is a spiritual awakening happening within you. There is a moment of you understanding that knowledge and wisdom is important, more important than money. But this knowledge and wisdom comes already through the institutions, which is the banks and all the institutions that are actually grounding us, that are actually having a chronological dates, right, in our lives, like everything that we can literally trace back. And so this is what's coming here. The 6 appears when we calculate the 15 together, and in the 6 we get the self-love. So what is Taurus saying? And the deck of Taurus is bringing you the 10 of Cups. And so there is a 10-10 framing the 5. Altogether, 10, 20, 25, the 7 appears. And the 7 is the emotional intelligence that we need to understand that the 10 of Cups is a very special moment. Like I said, Mars in Pisces. And so when I look at Mars at Pisces, right, I always wondered when I look at this card, I'm like, okay, what is Mars and what is Pisces doing here in this card? So let's have a look. So I have a deck for Mars. And Mars is bringing the fire ant. So I'm just going to put her down for a moment, right? We know this is for her. So, okay, so here we have the fire ants, and we see that Mars, right, is like, I need an extreme focus to maintain the 10 of Cups. I need to make sure that anything that attacks this, right, needs to be attacked first. That's in a way what Mars does. And Mars is bringing you the fire ant. And the ants are a colony. They only strong because there are many. One alone is good, right? But 1,000 or even more, it's better, right? So you see the 10, and you see that we have here the 10 and the 5 is the 15, the 6. Self-love brings this strong energy forth, right, to maintain the 10 of Cups. And so I want to see what is Pisces bringing, because this is Mars in Pisces. So we have Mars, the fire ant, and from Pisces I have Osho Zen Tarot, we get consciousness. And consciousness is the Ace of Swords. So as you can see, we have the 10, the 5, and the 1. That's 16. And 16 is Mars. So to maintain this 10 of Cups, this spiritual harmony, right? It's like you gotta really be focused like these ants, and you gotta have this one thought that brings you into this higher consciousness. It's almost like this is right here. It's almost like we're getting a close-up to this. And so you see, right, that now this is the way I'm going to do the readings. You see that we have these cards talking for the Queen of Pentacles. We have Taurus, we have Mars in Pisces, Mars the fire ants, and Pisces consciousness is coming. So this is the reading today for you, right? And it's like there's nothing else. And so you understand that we have a 10, a 20, a 25, 25 plus the 6 to 26, and that's an 8. And the 8 is that higher consciousness, the infinite, that is calling and that is telling you, you continue what you're doing, but be careful that you are not agitated. Never lose your cool, because this is a beautiful moment and you don't want to lose your cool, right? But Mars is bringing you the fire ant, and sometimes there's an agitation here. And that agitation is literally saying, well, you better be careful. You better be careful to not be pushed too strongly, right, by those ants, because it's a fire sign. And what's really interesting, I'm just gonna read you from the fire ant that there is an aggression, there is a rigid thinking, and there is following orders included in this, right? And so since fire ants are surprisingly sensitive, don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you if the heat is coming up here, right? And so you understand that a clear thought is needed for you to not get pulled into something that feels like, okay, I cannot handle this. And so it's clear, right? It's because you understand that the 10 of Cups is that moment where we awaken to a very powerful moment here. This couple is holding each other and they are there for each other. And you can see this is the couple, the almighty couple, right? That is holding their family union so strongly together, but don't make it rigid. Don't make it in a way where you feel not like, okay, I can be who I want to be. So just be careful that you are not falling into that trap, that you are not falling into pushing people to a place that they are not ready to be. Now we're going to look at the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is getting the 6 of Wands. And in the 6 of Wands, we have Jupiter in Leo. And so, of course, we're going to look at Jupiter and we're going to look what Leo is saying. But you see that here the hummingbird is actually focusing on this sweet nectar of this flower. And the hummingbird is a really beautiful animal, right? It doesn't know where it gets the strength to fly from Canada to Brazil, right? It's kind of just going, and on the way it finds those most magnificent flowers, and it will feed itself off and get the energy and will arrive. And so the 6 is literally saying, yes, you can go wherever you feel like going, because you will always have help. So here the 11th zodiac sign, right, and the 6th, so this is the 6th of November or the 11th of June, like a date. But now I want to see, so what is Jupiter saying? And Jupiter is bringing the treasured memories, the number 18. And the 18, that's the moon, right? And the moon is in the devil, in Capricorn. And so you see that behind this beautiful hummingbird are these dreams. And it's almost like she's sitting here and watching how he's just going from one flower to the next. And she's literally like there and saying, well, I'm going to put these stars on my skirt and I will see how they sparkle, right? And so she has this dream, and it's kind of like she's looking in this way, but we're placing the cards this way, right? We're going to the new moon again. And so there is this like desire of your dreams come true. And it's almost like the hummingbird is the one that says, yes, your dreams are coming through. And so you see here the 18 turns into the 9. The 9 and the 6 is the 15, and the 15, that's Capricorn. So at work, your career, your success, what is it that you want? What is it that you desire? What are your dreams? And how strong are you to make them a reality? Jupiter in Leo, right? So Jupiter is here. But what is Leo bringing? Leo is bringing the Queen of Earth. And now look at this. The Queen of Earth behind her, her behind her, and all of them going towards you. And this is Capricorn, right? She is the 10. She is her, the Queen of Pentacles. And so you see there is a really strong message, right? We have the 10, then here the 9, it's the 19, that's the sun in Leo. Jupiter in Leo, then Jupiter's bringing you, hey, yes, here are your treasured memories, make them a reality. And that's what Jupiter does, and Leo also. And it's saying, yes, go for it. Just go for it. And they're behind the hummingbird. And the hummingbird is flying towards you. It's almost like saying, yes, I'm going to inspire you to do what you came here to do. So the 10 and the 9, then the 10 is left. The 10 and the 6 is the 16, and that's Mars. And of course, Mars is again that moment where we question ourselves when things go, why do they go? But they go so better things can come to us, right? And the 16 then turns into a 7, the emotional intelligence. So the 11th of July is a date that is staying here, or the 7th of November. Just that you see this, right? Just that you understand this. Now, of course, I want to see what is coming from the Queen of Earth, right? And the Queen of Earth, behind her is here the 3 of Pentacles. And so when we look at what's behind the Queen of Pentacles, we understand that she has Mars in Capricorn, and we had Mars here in the calculation when we looked at all the cards, right? And you understand that Mars is clearly saying, well, here comes now Mars in Capricorn. So Capricorn is here, and I don't need to look at what Capricorn is bringing, because Capricorn has come through Leo, through the deck of Leo, and she is here, the Queen of Pentacles. But I want to see what is Mars bringing, right? And Mars is bringing you the peacock. And so what's really interesting, right, in this whole combination, I'm just gonna show you again how it's happening here, right? So here we have all these going towards the hummingbird, 3 cards going towards the hummingbird. And then comes here behind the Queen of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, which is, like I said, Mars in Capricorn. So Capricorn is here, and of course Capricorn is also the devil, right? And so the peacock is looking to the left. Meanwhile, the hummingbird is looking to the right. And it's almost like she is in between, right? And so it's a very interesting combination that is happening here for the King of Swords, right? It doesn't matter if it's the king, the masculine or the feminine king. So what's happening here, the peacock is literally saying, well, I am also looking deep within. Yes, I am fulfilling my dreams in the outer world, but to build something, I need to also find beauty deep within myself, strength deep within myself. And so you see that the peacock is coming here and telling you something profound. And I'm going to look at what the peacock is wanting to tell you, because this is an air sign. And as an air sign, it's what's happening in your mind, And the peacock is the 12th animal here in the air animals, right? And it's inner beauty, compassion, and an assimilator of anything. So the 12, when we calculate together, we get a 3, so you have a 33 here. And that 33 is mastery. And so here, the beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. Wow, look at this. So it means if you want to go out, you need to also go in, within. And this is the message. This is clear, right? So I don't need to go any further. It's like whatever you're working on, whatever you have, the 10 and the 3 is the 13. Every transformation you're going through, you will become stronger. There are 8 little eyes above him, right? And you see that you understand very clearly that when you want to make your dreams a reality, you need to see that in the 3rd eye. That's the 6th here, the 3rd eye. And that's where Capricorn comes in. To see what you want, it's in the 3rd eye to make it a reality. And so it's clear, right? So there's the 33. I'm going to leave that. There's the 10 and the 9, the 19, the 19, and the 6 is the 25, the 7. And so the 7th, very clear, the emotional intelligence that we need. And I said the 7th of November or the 11th of July is the date here, right? And so this is the message. This is what's coming here. And for you to realize that the information that is coming here through these cards, right? Very simple. Keeping it like simple, like I said. And I feel like, yes, this is how I want to do the readings, right? So I think I'm going to continue and just continue it like this. And so, again, remember the Queen of Pentacles, right? She needs to be strong. She needs to use her wisdom. She needs to use the fact that Mars in Pisces is bringing her the happy family, but also she sees that Mars is bringing the fire and agitation, sometimes also control. And the only way not to be in control is getting into higher consciousness. And for the King of Swords, right, we're getting the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands has behind the dreams and has behind the Queen of Pentacles, and in there she knows, or he knows, what he wants from this life, and understanding when I go out, I also need to go within, and there lies the secret. Wow. Okay, so this is, I think, working for me. I don't have to cut, and that's it. I think I'm going to continue, so I hope I see you in the next reading. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.